got good internet.
Is it internet or internet?
Seriously. All right. This is take number 3. This is our Hail Mary attempt. If it fails after this, I'm done with this live stream for the day.
If it dies, it dies.
I mean, seriously, man, it's getting ridiculous.
Donkeyless.
So I just reset my router. Says I got good signal strength, so I'm going to run with that. I'm going to believe it. But I think we're back for good this time, hopefully. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it for when it tells me I got kicked off again.
I'll buy that for $1.
I don't know if it's a YouTube problem or if it's our Wi-Fi problem. It shouldn't be a Wi-Fi problem because I still had signal. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. What is this? This yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
Anyway.
I got LiPos on charge.
So take 3. We are putting a new 1080 ESC into an Axial bomber and a Sendero, as well as a new motor into the Sendero.
It's a Sendero, by the way.
Sendero?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm just happy that we're still connected for now. Hopefully we'll stay connected.
Kind of reminds me of my crate when I bash it. As long as both wheels are steering, I'm fine.
Yeah. It's killing me, man. It's like, now I'm just going to be sitting here staring at this thing, waiting to see when I get kicked off. There's always something that goes wrong during one of my live streams.
Really?
Either I lose something, I spend 20 minutes looking for a part because I am quite a spaz, or some other stupid usually happens.
No comment.
Yeah. I tend to do that. I create my own issues. But I think
we all create our own issues.
This is true. Where'd my crimpers go?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're in total disarray now. It's kind of funny.
I don't know. I ask them where my crimpers are all the time. They've been MIA for like what, almost 2 years now.
With the green ones?
Yeah.
I thought I gave them back to you.
Nope. Nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's all right. I need to get a new pair anyway for work.
Cool. We're still on. That's a good thing.
What?
Hopefully people haven't given up on us. Please don't give up on us. We're trying. It's like the internet is just saying, I think I can. I think I can.
Is it the Stanley Steamer of internet right now?
It's something. Yeah, sucking. If that's what you're getting at, definitely sucks. Although I don't think it's a Wi-Fi problem.
No,
I think it's something else. All right, well, hopefully we'll be able to stay on here for at least more than 5 or 10 minutes at a time.
Oh,
see, I just saw the light flicker. So
and that's probably what's knocking it out. It's hot out. Everybody's got the air conditioning on.
Oh, I see Crazy walking outside.
Oh, that wasn't the lights flickering?
No, the light definitely flickered.
Oh.
But 11 Charlie RC, man, what's up, brother? We're having some technical difficulties today.
Interwebs.
Yeah, the internet just doesn't want to stay connected.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah, very
Where'd
strange.
those scissors go again? Did you put the scissors back?
No, man, you put them over there. God. The Tank RC, what's up, man? How are you doing today? I've heard rumors of you doing a live stream as well on Thursday, so I thought I would try to get in a little bit earlier than you do your live stream. Yeah, he says, laugh out loud, blame it on the internet. Well, that's what happened. I mean, we literally started and we were going for about 10 minutes and everything was fine. And then I happened to look over and it said I had an unstable connection. And I looked at it on my phone and we weren't live anymore. So then I tried it a second time. And that lasted 4 minutes?
Maybe.
Barely 4 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
barely.
It kicked us off again. So right now we're at the 4-minute mark. Hopefully we're going to stay on now because this is just getting stupid.
This is the Hail Mary attempt.
11 Charlie says that happened to me last Monday. Tank, so Tank, you going at 9:30? Okay, cool. Yeah, because like I'm trying not to interfere with anybody during their live streams. Not that I think like I have like a huge draw to my live streams, but to me it's kind of principle. If somebody I know is on, I'm not trying to be a butthead. But Thursday seems to be the day that works out best for me. So I'm been kind of sticking with Thursdays, at least for the last, I think, 3 now. I'm losing my train of thought here with my crimping. I really hate crimpers. Squish it real good. So does this whole thing shrink?
Yeah.
So I don't want to shrink it until
plug it in and then shrink it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Tank says, yeah, last week it kicked me after 1 hour. Yeah, it's got to be YouTube. I don't think it's my Wi-Fi because I literally just spent a decent amount of coin to get a Wi-Fi extender because my main router is all the way up on the 3rd floor. I'm in the basement. So I put a Wi-Fi router on the main floor, which is just above the basement, to be able to do these because I was looking back on the live streams when I was done, and I could see how fuzzy, and it would cut out the audio. It would glitch a lot. So I'm pretty sure it's not the Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure it's got an issue with YouTube or something. But it's still weird because last Thursday I streamed for like 5 hours, and I had no problems. But I reset both routers, and so far it seems to be pretty good.
I'm going to have to back this off with washers.
What?
Because either way I flip the pinion, it only makes contact with half the spur.
What?
Yeah, well.
You can't put it on the other way?
But look, both ways.
It's not.
So what I noticed most guys do is they put washers on the backside.
I got spacers.
I'll try the spacers.
You're going to probably need a bigger screw, though.
These screws are small.
I mean, well, longer screws. That's what I meant to say. What the hell are my spacers? Are they in one of these two? There's plastic spacers from that sway bar in here, and then there should be some metal ones too. That's my sway bar. I have the small aluminum spacers.
They're not nose boxes. They're not nose, Richard.
I do have washers, though. I know I have the spacers, just they're not. They're hiding from me at the moment. What battery are you charging?
My Electron Pro. It was about 10.8 volts.
Half past dead?
Yeah, it would not have been a happy battery.
Javier, I finished, well, 90% of I finished that longer battery video for you. I'll send you a link once I get it uploaded. But it basically goes into more detail than the first one I sent you. Where are those spacers, man? They should be in here. Because here's the long one.
Well, I'm just going to yank the whole motor off anyway. Because if I got to put washers on the backside, it would be much easier just to pull the motor.
See, because I have...
Or the trans, I mean.
Those are it.
Those are way too long.
Well, those are the big ones, but
right.
I have
half
shorter
the size
ones.
is that?
About a third. I mean, they're not exactly half, but I am really confused.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pull the whole transmission.
This whole internet thing's got me baffled.
McBaffled?
It's got me all McBaffled and whatever.
It's warm down here.
That's why I opened the window. I have a fan. I should turn the fan on.
Well, I'm fat, so you know I'm always hot.
Some air circulating through here. You know, I don't even know if I checked the right microphone. I might be using the wrong microphone, too.
Well, the sound sounded fine when I checked it on my phone.
Yeah, but it defaults to the one on the laptop instead of this one. You know, the good one.
The gooder one?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't know where the spacers are. They're around here somewhere, but I'm not going to spend an hour looking for them.
Spacers.
They're still on. That's a good thing. I just may actually get this accomplished then.
I'm going to remind myself that the longer one goes in the rear.
So where did you get these connectors?
Amazon.
Because that got cut off for our first attempt.
Yeah, they're heat shrink butt splices, and they I got them on Amazon. Amazon. They seem to look like they're going to work decently. So we will see.
They do make an awful crunching sound with this heat shrink, though.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Crunch.
it's that clear heat sink. It's a harder material.
I mean, at least I can clamp it pretty good. Oh, Sean's RC Adventures. What's up, brother? How are you doing?
Good morning. Hello. How are you?
We're on our Hail Mary attempt at our live stream now. This is take 3. Thank you for joining. YouTube has not been very cooperative this afternoon. All right, so those are connected. So I seriously got to connect these to the motor now, too?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell, dude?
Mm-hmm.
This is all work. And of course, these are like freaking in here.
I mean, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
I mean, not everybody's doing it.
I don't know yet. We'll soon to find out.
Yeah, Sean says butt connectors are good. I'm not a big fan of butt connectors, but for RC cars, I'm okay with them.
Well, crawlers, they're not drawing a lot at a very high rate.
Yeah, I mean,
if it was on a brushless motor, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm working on motorcycles and cars, I always solder the connections. But for RC cars, I'm okay with butt connectors. Butt head connectors. Yeah, they really don't want me to get in here to get these. Damn tubular chassis, man.
Totally tubular. Totally tubular.
So how's everybody's week going so far? Any interesting plans for the weekend?
I got to work this weekend.
Nobody cares what you got going on.
I know.
I certainly don't care.
I got that lovely schedule I have to, uphold. Man, what?
This is a very short positive lead here.
What'd you do?
This is real short.
Did you cut it?
No. Well, I cut the end off to get my new butt connector on here. Got a whole lot of room to work with in here.
This is going to be fun.
Sean says hopefully get some crawling done. It's a tight squeeze.
Yeah, well. It's going to be hard to stack washers in here just to make this work because Home's Hobbies motors with their
Where's it got a different height can or something?
different length shaft.
Yeah.
I mean, the only cool part is the motor is magnetic.
Dude, 15 minutes in, and we are still on.
Has it been 15 already?
Looks like that Hail Mary worked.
God, I wish you knew where those spacers were.
They're here somewhere. Are they in that orange one?
Negative, but no, that's not going to work because that will.
Because I know I used 2 of them for here. And those other ones are too long.
No, the shaft's too long. Yeah, the other ones are way too long.
Yeah, the other spacers, right?
Mm-hmm. It's always something. I got nothing at the house for this.
You see it?
It's not the problem making it work. It's this is what we have to do.
What
We
size
got
pinion do you have in there?
that one. It's like a 19,
19?
18.
19, 18. See, other pinions.
If it wasn't a plastic spur, I wouldn't care. But since it's plastic, biting half the spur gear, it's not going to last very long.
That's a 48 pitch too, right?
Yep. What's in the box?
I think these are way too big.
Yeah, that looks like Arma gears, and that's way.
That's a 30 48 pitch.
Yeah,
32.
that would make for a speed crawler.
No pinions in there. I think I used all my small pinions.
Actually, where's your nut driver? I have another idea. I have an idea.
Oh. You're gonna love me.
What, you got spacers?
Would you look at that?
Holy. Now I'm going to need longer screws.
Look at that.
You got longer screws too?
Maybe.
Where's your box of stainless steel hardware?
Oh, we're cracking into the stainless steel.
Yeah. I mean, it is going to.
Still on. This is crazy. We're
It
still on.
is going to go in water, so.
That gonna be too long.
Getting ready to look at that.
Just jam it right into that coil.
Yeah.
If you put the screw into the motor long enough to puncture the magnet and the coilings, it's good, right?
Yeah, there we go. That one. Waiting for me to do it, I see.
Oh.
Don't worry, motor. It'll only hurt for a minute.
Sean says, we'll imagine that. I don't know if he's talking about our stupidity or something else. Is it too long?
No, it's just, it's stainless and they're not magnetic, so it doesn't really hold it for me like it was before. So, that'll work.
Just making your life miserable?
Always.
Well, why would it do any other thing? We've got Carsa. Oh, man, I'm going to so butcher this name, but I'm going to try my best. Kasra Kava? Did I pronounce that right, I hope?
Well, are these a different pitch?
Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for joining the stream.
Needle nose. You got needle nose, Richard?
So, Kasra Kavi. Oh, did I get it right that time? I'm trying. I really am. I'm terrible with names. And then we've got Blaze Himmelrick. Did I pronounce that right? Okay, so Kesra, I got that correct. Awesome. Red Cat Shredder. No, we are doing a ESC upgrade on an Axial bomber and a how do you pronounce that one?
Element Enduro Sendero.
Sendero. I called it a Senduro earlier.
I was offended.
I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being. I am a very unliterate person.
You mean you're illiterate?
Unliterate. God, man. I've been to college.
Coolidge? 41.5.
Okay, so I did get it right. And then, so I got the other guy's name right. Woo! So, Kasra says, new into RC since February. I had my fair share of dumping money into trash Chinese cars. Then got an Arma Typhon 3S, which I overkilled, and I Corley Mammoth.
Corrali. Team Corrali.
Oh, another car. Gotcha. Also a little Tamiya TT02. Love the hobby. We do have a TT02, and we do have a Arma 3S Typhon as well. Sean's RC Adventure says all the big hard names in today. I know, right? Like I said, I'm a very unliterate person. The TT02, we have a TT02. We've taken it out a few times. One time it got smashed under the Segway while I was recording it. I don't think it's been out since then.
No.
It's a very fragile car.
They're kit cars. They're great for taking out, mildly cruising with them. You definitely don't want to beat up on them too much.
Yeah, we're kind of hard.
They use an ABS. They use an ABS plastic. It's a hard plastic, but it's not very flexible. So quality-wise, they're great. You just don't want to really street bash it, to say the least.
Yeah, and of course, naturally, that's what we did. So we haven't really taken it out. You did get a bunch of aluminum upgrades, though, for it, didn't you?
I put them on there.
Yeah, but we haven't really taken it out much. To be honest, we haven't taken out much of our street cars lately, as much as we'd like to. But the Typhon is a monster.
Typhon is my favorite. I have to say, it's pretty much a beast.
So Blaze says, what are your thoughts on the Red Cat Shredder? Sorry, wasn't clear.
I've never operated anything Red Cat.
Me neither.
I've heard that Red Cat's not a bad company, but there's not many shops and stores around here that really carry them or carry replacement parts. The shop local to us, they were a Red Cat carrier at one time, but they said the replacement parts support was just not up to their expectations, so they stopped carrying them. But there's a couple people on the pages that are local to here that like them. They haven't really had any issues with them.
Yeah, I've never run anything Red Cat either. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat who has that could, give you some better opinions or thoughts.
That'll work.
Sweet.
They actually make a spacer plate for 540 and 550 cans. If your motor shaft is too short and your pinion gear can't land on there without the grub screw getting the proper bite or a proper alignment with your spur gear, but
that actually doesn't look too bad.
No, it's cooling.
Yeah,
because if you think about it, the vents
it allows water to travel through there easier and dirt.
But the vents right there, they're always blocked off anyway. So I'm gonna send it regardless.
This is a fact. So Kesra says, put a 20-tooth pinion on the Typhon, it's a rocket. We know a little something about that.
Oh, yeah. I put a 20-tooth pinion in my Typhon after, like, what was it, the first week of having it?
Yeah, it was like the second or third run.
Yeah. If you do that, though, I will warn you, be careful of the temps.
Yeah, it gets really,
That
really
motor
hot.
gets very hot. The 3S lineup, they come with a heat sink, but not a fan like the 4S and 6 or like the 4S lineup. Because I recently picked up what did I get? A 4S Creighton.
Yeah.
The 4S lineup comes with a cooling fan on the motor heatsink, but the 3S stuff doesn't. So if you're running a 20-tooth, I don't know what the temperature is at where you live, but it got pretty warm pretty quick, and it was, to say the least, the car was pretty fast.
Your batteries didn't last long either, did they? I thought you had. I was away when you were messing around with that. So
I was using cheap Florian batteries, and those batteries they were terrible anyway. But yeah, I mean, more speed. You're definitely gonna heat your motor up quicker, and you're gonna kill some batteries because it does, quote unquote, haul ass. But yeah, it'll be fine. Just watch your temps.
Not a lot of room to get in there.
Just watch your motor temps. You'll be all right.
Wow. So you're gonna laugh at this.
What'd you do?
So remote control Hobbies says illiterate, not unliterate.
Who said that?
Remote control Hobbies.
Is that Mike?
Probably.
Which Mike is it? Is it Mike or Mikey?
I don't know. It's one of them. Are you sure it's not unliterate?
Illiterate.
It's unliterate.
Illiterate.
So Castrata says my TTO2 got a 5200 kV motor running BLX 100 ESC running 3S 27 pinion. I street bashed the crap out of it a lot. Or LMAO.
Street bash it? Yeah, you can. Don't hit anything with it. That hard plastic is not pliable on that thing.
Yeah, when he smashed it under my Segway, it did not like it.
No.
If I recall, it shoved the motor.
Yeah.
Everything got shifted inside there.
Yeah.
It's like a tin can. It didn't like it.
I mean, if you're having luck street bashing it, do it. Me personally, my Viteras. Well, I have a Vitera V100, and then I have a Kyosho Phaser MK2. I really love running the crap out of them on the street when I do take them out.
Castro says, I debate the Typhon 3S is the best basher ever with RPM A-arms.
That's good to know because I got RPM A-arms on my Typhon, and I haven't put them on yet.
Could you recommend any micro-scale cars for goofing around indoors? Castro, you're going to want to ask Remote Control Hobbies there. Mike should be on the chat. It all depends on kind of like what you're looking to do indoors. I mean, you got Traxxas, what, 16th scale now?
Yeah,
type stuff, and then you got
1/24th scale.
You got
stuff,
the Latrax stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, then you got 1/24th stuff. It all depends on if you're new to the hobby. There's a lot of options for that.
Yeah.
And it all depends on how much you want to spend.
Kyosho makes some micros. They're more of like a pan racer platform, but they're very high quality. They're very to say with 1/24th scale, they are highly detailed RCs.
Remote Control Hobby says you're looking good.
Who?
It just says Hot Rod is looking good.
Oh Jesus!
I think Mike may have a crush on you.
It's a possibility.
I'm getting jealous.
Yeah. It's my first day. It's my first day off, Mike.
Where am I leaving? Where did I leave off?
In days.
Cash says, of course, in my opinion, 2 fans is a necessary thing. I actually run 2 fans on my 6S Outcast motor. And 2 fans on my motor for my X-Max.
Do you feel that Holmes Hobbies on there?
Jesus.
Yeah. Look, there's plenty of play in the gear mesh. Look.
That is. What's that, 550? Huh?
Yeah, that 550 is a monster.
Blaze, and like the Team Associated RC28 is good, so I guess he's talking about a smaller scale.
I do have a Team Associated 28, I believe.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's that little short course one, right?
Yeah, the 2-wheel drive Fox Racing one. Mike did have a couple of those at the shop. What was it? Around Christmas time. I had to get one, dude. It was such a cool little truck. It is fun. It recharges It
So-
recharges through the controller.
He says, I heard they don't have any proportional steering. Says, I thought they did, but I might be wrong. Does it have proportional steering, or is it just
What?
all go? The 28.
Yeah, it's got proportional steering.
Does it?
Yeah, it's got a servo and everything.
Well, obviously it's going to have a servo.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can, it's not just like all go. Like you can actually
Yeah, no,
fine
no.
tune the steering.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd I leave off at? Trying to keep track here. James likes to talk, so I get behind on the chat.
Sorry,
You should be sorry.
it's all my fault.
Remote Control Hobby says it's Mike.
Which Mike? Mike or Mikey?
I'm assuming Mike.
I know, I'm kidding.
Blaze says Traxxas Stampede is dope. Two-wheel drive. Where are we at? Then Mike responded with Mini Z, Kyosha for indoors. The
Yes.
Associated 28s are good too.
Those things are cool.
The latest Teton. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Teton.
Teton. Pre-runners are okay indoors, a little on the fast side. Blaze says I have the RGT Pioneer. It's almost the same as the Sendero.
There you go.
It's spelled Senduro.
No, it's
If you're a
spelled.
dirt bike guy and a motorcycle guy, that
It's
says
spelled.
Senduro. It doesn't
It
say Sendero.
says Sendero on the box.
I don't call an enduro motorcycle an enduro.
Yeah, but it's actually spelled Sendero
Oh,
on
is
the
it?
box.
I
Yes.
never paid attention to that crap,
No.
man.
You don't. If it's not yours, you don't pay attention to
I
it.
don't. I barely pay attention to the stuff I have. Yeah, so he said they had Sendero. Blaze also says Armored Granites and Outcast on the shelf. Yeah, the 3S and the 4S there. Those are probably two of my favorite bashers. When I got the Granite was probably my favorite one. And then I got the Outcast, and now it's a toss-up between those two. I still have an
Minicast?
X-Max and a 6S Outcast, but to be honest, I take that 4S Outcast and the 3S Granite out more than any of the other ones. Yes, it is.
Are you kidding me? Look, first time taking the screws out.
Is it stripped?
Yep.
What'd you do, man?
Nothing.
What did you do?
Nothing.
All right, back to my chaos here. And we're still connected, man. The
That's 'cause-
Hail Mary worked.
That's because Mike's here.
Is it magic? Magic Mike is
Magic
making our
Mike.
internet stay on.
This sucks, man. I can't believe I got one screw that won't back out that I've. Yeah. Hopefully it's just built. It's got build up in there. Yes, that's all it is. Got lucky. It's just a little bit of build up. What did you do? What do
See,
you,
I don't like these crimpers because there's no
what?
circular crimp.
Well, find the ones that I gave you.
So it's like I have to like squish it extra carefully.
Squish it, squishy,
Squish it extra carefully.
squash it, squish it,
That's good and tight.
good and tight.
Blaze is asking brushless on yours. Yeah, both the Typhon and the Outcast comes brushless, but yeah, the Granite is brushless. Oh, he was asking Castra. Says I run an Arma BLX 100 with the 3200 kV motor in it. Castra says I run the BLX 100 and everything apart from my Typhon.
Yeah, the BLX 100. I even put a BLX 100 system in my Traxxas Slash, my HCG Slash, and it ran great. It was awesome.
You
And
put
then,
that in there before the Hobbywing?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I don't even remember
The
that being in
Hobbywing setup is in my
there. Oh, I
LCG.
do remember that being in there. That's what started tearing up all the dog bones.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the Valenian motors have Valenian motors have a lot of top end, but they don't have the torque of that Arma BLX, and that's when I started just grenading drive shafts and differentials. And I think I geared the crap. I think my HCG Slash, I put it was like almost like a 1.5 to 1 ratio.
I'm thinking of your LCGs.
No, the LCG's got a 4S Hobbywing.
Because that was always the Hobbywing. That's why I'm getting confused.
Yeah, that poor thing. It's taken some abuse.
Sean says, hit the thumbs up, everyone. Again, thank you, Sean. I am horrible at self-promotion. So, yes, please make sure you hit the thumbs up. And, yeah. Hopefully we'll stay online here for a while. We won't get kicked off again. So far, so good. We're at 35 minutes and we haven't had any issues.
That's good.
It's crazy, right? Maybe it was that router. Maybe it was just being temperamental.
The router.
Your battery's done.
I know. Cookies are done. The death sandwiches are done.
Death sandwiches are done. Oh, that seems good and tight. Remote Control Hobby says going to start Italian build soon. I thought you already started the Italian build.
No, he was waiting on his chassis.
Yeah, he got the chassis last week.
No, I know, but that's
slacker, man, slacker.
It's a lot of work.
I don't care. Slacking. Castra says, I use Hobbywing Max 10 SCT in my Typhon. It's a 4S capable system, but combo ships the same. Combo ships with same KV as the Arma motor, which is 32 kV. I have the Hobbywing. What is it? It's the Max 10. It's a short course, but it's not the same one you have.
No, I have a Max 8 SCT in mine.
That's what's in yours?
Yeah.
So is the Max 10 the one I have in my Kyosho?
Yeah. No.
It's the, it's not the SCT.
No, in my Slash, I have a Max 8.
I can't keep track. Like I said, I don't really even know what the hell I have.
My Slash has way too much power than it really needs.
Mike says, Remote Control Hobbies says, oh, Max 10 is 60 amp, Max 10 SCT is 120 amp. Yeah, I have the 60 amp one. That's the one that I have in the Kyosho.
I went full idiot and did the Max 8 in my Slash because reasons.
Remote Control Hobby says, waiting for kill mode to get motor in stock.
What motor is he going with?
Yeah, what motor are you putting in that thing?
Oh wait, he's making the Italian fast. So
yeah, those are absolutely essential. He says, my Typhon got the T-Bone Racing front and rear bumper, and I made a bottom chassis skid plate from 2mm thick Kydex sheet. We've actually been looking for Kydex. We haven't been able to find it.
Well, they have it on Amazon, but some of the brands are kind of questionable, and you have to buy a certain amount. So I kind of didn't really jump on it just yet.
Well, he says, my Stampede has the Millennium. I run 3S, and it's pretty nice.
Let me see that battery.
What is the phaser? What do you mean?
That battery that's done charging.
Yeah. To be honest, the Traxxas stuff tends to run a lot better and nicer with Traxxas stuff. When you start putting in like Hobbywing or BLX stuff in it, the driveline really doesn't like it.
I was going to say, Traxxas stuff is a little more speed than it is low-end torque.
Yeah, all top-end go. Does the phaser have a center diff or slipper clutch?
No slipper. It's
yeah, there's no slipper. It's
a center diff, but there's no slip control to it. It's right there behind you. Grab it off the shelf.
I know, but I'm just trying to remember off the top.
It's just a straight spur gear and a pinion. There's no slipper in there. It's direct drive.
Oh, there goes my shaft.
Not the shaft.
So there is no slipper in there? I don't remember.
Nope, there's no slipper. Literally.
So there's the Kyosho, the Phaser MK2. Hot Rod says there's no slipper in here, but I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure he's right. It's just a direct drive straight from the pinion to the spur to the front and to the rear. And like I was saying, this is the Hobbywing that I slapped in there. This thing is stupid fast. It literally just eats tires.
Yeah, I learned.
I like to make a lot of smoke with it.
I learned that the hard way with mine. It was rather stupid.
Remote Control Hobby says 2700 kV, so that's the motor I guess he's putting in it.
Jeez.
With an 8mm shaft. So, Mike, is that the pinion gear you were talking about trying to find the other day?
No, that was for that guy's 1.5 mod X Max that had a.
I just remember him saying an 8mm shaft.
A guy came in the shop and had an X Max with a 50-tooth pinion with a 50-tooth spur, and he wanted another pinion gear. It's 1.5 mod. It was like, you're not going to get one of those unless you order it.
Yeah. Blaze says, I think the Vatera V100 is the same. I have that one. Yeah, it's a direct. I don't think it's a slipper clutch either. Then he's asking, is there any 10th Street cars with a slipper? To be honest, I have no idea. I'm not really sure. I know a lot of people turn their like Stampede and Rustler and stuff into street cars, and those have a slipper. Blaze says that is a huge motor in that thing. Yes, yes, it is. It literally rips tires apart when we take it out.
Did you tell him?
It makes almost as much smoke as the Infraction when we take it out.
Did you tell him what motor I put in my V100?
Oh, yeah. So we have a V100 as well, and he thought it would be a good idea. This is the 4,000 kV Hobbywing. You put in the what, 5,600 kV?
5,600 kV, yeah.
That thing is so stupid, we can't even do a speed run with it. It literally goes about 45 miles an hour, and as soon as you punch the throttle to get it to go more, it just goes into a flat spin. It's insane. Mike says, gotta go big, gotta go fast.
Don't just bash, blast.
Don't just bash, crash. Sounds about right. Oh, I think that's a good connection. So I don't want to shrink wrap these until I actually get this in, right?
Well, you see what I did with mine. I put the battery over there, the ESC over here, the push button there.
That don't look too bad.
No, but.
All right, so I got to get this mounted to my top of my. How I want that to go.
All right, let's see. Oh my God, this Reef's Hobby servo is so much happier. Look at that.
Gorilla tape gets all in these scissors. Oh. Hobby Nuts in Florida has them. Caster, I have HPI belted slicks in the TTO2 smoke show. Yeah. We just run basic cheap drift tires, rubber and plastic on ours. We haven't really gotten into the whole streetcar thing just yet. We're still.
I got a couple sets of road tires, but
we're still kind of in the process of getting into it.
I feel like this motor should have went my 2.2 Wraith, but that would make it too fast.
Blaze is asking, what drive shaft do I have in? Did you put in that thing?
Oh, you're not going to show him your custom drive shaft?
Yeah.
I got to get ready to go in a few guys because the boss is here, and we're going grocery shopping. And luckily, I ate before I'm going grocery shopping because I won't be buying 37 bags of Doritos.
I had to put a
Traxxas slash
shaft in there because the aluminum upgrade that Kyosho sells wet noodled in there the first time I took it out. I don't know if it was unbalanced or what, but it was dangerous. So now I have this in there. It seems to be holding up pretty good, and I don't have to worry about it.
Custom-made drive shaft with all the parts we could find at our local hobby shop.
Yeah, it was. It took me a while to figure out how to fix it or to make it work because it was not safe.
Does anybody know what the voltage limit is on the Reefs Hobbies 299 LP before I turn it up?
Oh, is that the 299?
Yeah, it's 299.
That's the.
I can't remember.
I was wondering what you were gonna do with it.
What, that?
Yeah.
I'm leaving it in there.
I didn't know you put it in there.
Oh yeah,
I thought you were putting it into the race.
I put it in there a long time ago. Nah, it's too nice of a servo to just destroy.
Then Blaze is asking what other upgrades. That's pretty much the only upgrade was the ESC, the motor, and modifying that center drive shaft. That's all I've done to the Kyosho. Oh,
I'm gonna look up
much
the
happier.
voltage limit on the Reefs 299 LP.
I'll see you next Tuesday. What's going on, fellas? Let's say how's it going, guys? What we up to?
Damn, dude.
What?
So this is cool, guys. I just looked this up because I was running on the stock ESC, which is only like 5 or 6 volts. But the Reefs RC 299 LP. I know I could probably use a little more torque than the 299 in this Enduro, but it'll take 4.8 to 8.4 volts. So that's good news to me.
I'll see you next Tuesday. We are adding a 1080 ESC to the Bomber and the Sendero. The Sendero also got an upgrade, a motor upgrade from the 540 Reedy to a 550. What was that, 27 turn?
27 turn Holmes Hobbies 550 Trailmaster Sport.
Why is this not just going in here like a good little? Oh, this is that smart receiver shite.
That's not on my program board.
These smart receivers have a very tight fit.
Yeah, they're nice receivers though.
11 Charlie says I'm back. I didn't even know you were gone. Yeah, these smart receivers are nice, but man, these are very tight fits. You have to have it lined up just freaking right, or you are SOL. Dude, it's laughing at me. I might have to shave this connector down too.
Probably it won't go in there.
Yeah. These smart receivers are very small, and the JSTs don't like to fit. Did you see my razor or the scalpel?
I never used it.
Scalpel. Oh. I'll see you next Tuesday says nice. Have them in the TRX4 and Capra. We've just bought one for the TRX6. Yeah, we pretty much put a 1080 in everything we have. And we're starting to convert everything over to the Holmes Hobby sealed cans as well. We were running Axial motors for a long time. There's nothing wrong with them, but we like change, or at least trying new things. So far, the sealed can's been holding up pretty good.
All right, well, I upped the voltage on the BEC since this can. Jesus. She got wiggle. She got so much wiggle. Look, the ass shakes. That's hilarious.
Are you going to load that one up with brass too?
No. The only thing this one's getting next is high clearance links, and I'm done with this one.
That's what you always say.
No, I'm not making this a chunky monkey. Chunky Monkey actually makes things too easy to crawl.
Are you gonna do scale stuff with that one then?
It's a good possibility. All right, now I don't.
I love when you gotta shave down a JST connector just to get it to go in the damn receiver.
Look at that steering, man. I love Reef's Hobbies servos. I really wouldn't mind putting a 777 in my 6S Creighton. Then again, it would probably break the bell housing.
Probably.
Or the, not the bell housing, the steering bell crank. This 27 turn is a lot of.
Look at that, man. Fit like a glove now.
Does it? Is that?
Just gotta trim the fat on it. That's all.
Are you running the DX3 smart receiver in that?
Yeah.
Where's the zip ties?
In the car?
You left them in the car?
Maybe.
Jeez, oh whiz. Zip ties are a necessity.
Nope, I lied.
Zip ties are a necessity, especially in RC. Huge, huge necessity.
Oh, 11 Charlie says 1080. So he's saying the 1080 and the Homes Hobbies is a good combo.
Yeah, I think
it is if you have the right Homes Hobbies. We tried the, what was it? It was a Torque Master, right?
Torque Master Expert Pro, whatever it was.
That is not a setup for the trail at all.
Not a trail friendly brushed motor by any means.
You know, and it was funny.
Dirt and dust, yes. Moisture, water, mud, I would not recommend it. Yeah,
apparently Homes Hobbies, they do have a video explaining that, but we never saw it before we got it.
When do we read the fine print?
Well, we never saw the video either.
No, but when do, I mean,
even and it wasn't until we actually posted that video of it exploding that, well, it didn't really explode, but it took a poop, that somebody actually in the comment section sent me to that link, and I actually learned a lot about those motors.
I will say, when you go on their website and look at their motors, they're not very informative.
No, yeah.
It's a very bland website. There's not a whole hell of a lot of detail in there.
Yeah, like, if we had looked at that video, we would never got the Torque Master and ran them on the trail. But the sealed cans are definitely for us, because we put our stuff through hell.
Richard?
Nope.
No, I gotta leave.
You're just gonna abandon me, huh?
Yeah. Well, you got company. There's people talking to you, but I really do need to get to the grocery store. Do you have batteries charged up to test that thing? Because if not, this one's charged. You can use it.
No.
Because I know you don't like charging batteries that aren't going to be used the very next day.
Not true. I mean,
but it's just not a habit of yours. So here's this one. That one's good.
60? Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, is that 60C?
No, I'm just talking about the connector.
Oh, yeah.
60. 11 Charlie said Trailmaster Sport and Crawlmaster Sport. Yeah, exactly. Those are the sealed cans. We went with the Torque Master. That was a mistake.
Not a bad motor. Not good for all the elements.
No, that's more for like a controlled course.
Yeah, it's not that it's a junky motor. It's just not. It didn't meet our standards for
trail.
Yep. All right. I'll see you later, dude. I'll be back.
No, you won't.
Yeah, well.
No, you won't.
I'm off of work tomorrow. We should really try to go crawling tomorrow, though. I'm not asking. I'm begging.
You're begging?
Yes. I haven't taken my cars out in 3 weeks.
Speaking of begging, where's Sparko?
At home. I gave him a bowl of food and then left him in the house.
Oh, I thought he was still over here.
Yep, I tricked him. All right, folks. See you later. I'm off to the grocery store to spend hundreds of dollars. RC is important, but food is more important.
So is this done?
No, I got to put the spur gear cover on it.
Okay.
But if you want to test it out in the backyard, you can go for it.
Yeah, I'll
Let me
see.
know that servo works.
This is all the hardware here?
Yeah, you just gotta put the spur gear cover on, but the Velcro's on top of the table there.
Yeah, I just moved it.
All right.
All right, cool. Yeah,
I'll be
I'll
back
wrap it
later.
up. Oh, so now you're just stuck with me, fellas. I'm sorry. And I am just in the process of stuffing this stuff back into the receiver box. Yay! I really don't like tubular chassis to work on. It's like you have all this room and yet no room at all at the same time. It's very, very frustrating sometimes. There's my C. I hear somebody outside my window here calling somebody an idiot, and I don't know what's going on. Could be my neighbor. I don't know. And of course, I just ripped out the wire. I just stuffed back in there. Oh, there we go. So Javier, did you say you got another crawler here giving away soon? You know, they give you this little silicone ring to go along the top of this receiver box, but it doesn't stay on it very well. So you go tip it upside down to put it back on, it just immediately falls back over or falls out. There we go. Progress. Yes, brother, 2 next week. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Oh, I need to screw and the 2. I am still on. That's crazy. So I don't know if it was me resetting the router or if YouTube got its life together or maybe it was a combination. But either way, I'm happy. I haven't been kicked off yet. Maybe it's because on take 2, I started talking so much crap about YouTube, they threw me off. We'll know if it's true or not if I get kicked off here in the next few minutes. All right, this is almost done. So I've been updating this thing for like the last, I don't know, 4 weeks or something. Done the trailing arms, the upper links in the rear, put the sway bar on. Got the high clearance links in the front, got the Savox servo. Did steering links, then we put the HD CV drive or CV axles in the front. I haven't even taken it outside yet to run it once. So hopefully I will be done with this now, because I'm really looking forward to taking this thing out. I got the perfect spot that I'm going to be taking it to. It's actually the same location that we went bashing to a few weeks ago. It kind of looks like a desert. Capturing the footage there was pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of like Mad Max or something. Just dusty and cool looking. That's my negative. So these butt connectors are nice, but I don't like the fact that you have to shrink wrap it the way you do. Not a huge fan of that. But we'll see how they work. On the positive. Don't want it all tangled up with my battery lead. Yeah, my fingers just, after so many years of being a mechanic, my fingers don't work very well anymore. Trying to work on some of these tubular chassis, not fun. All right, almost done. That's connected, disconnected. Just need to secure my power switch. Probably going to secure it right there. It's a good spot to me. And I'm still on. It's crazy. Wire cutters. Okay, power switch is secured. ESC secured. Battery leads are connected. Can secure these two. This is for my light bar, which I'm gonna end up having to put a splitter on this so I can get the other lights. So the problem with doing the 1080 from the stock one, stock ESC, is the stock ESC has all these leads here for the lights. You got the lights back here, then you got the lights up front, and you lose these when you replace that ESC. So I'm gonna have to, I put on this light bar. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut into this down the road and put a splitter in there and connect all these lights together into that same JST plug that's in the auxiliary output of the receiver. But lights aren't that important. I just want to get this thing out and running at the moment. I did put new bead locks on. I tried the stock ones with the intercos, and that was a no-go. As soon as I was done, and I spent a lot of time putting them on there, and then like after I stopped the live stream, I went to go to play around with it in the floor here, and it started coming undone. I was like, what the hell? So I grabbed the wheel and I squeezed it, and it just pulled the lip right out of the bead locks. The plastic just wasn't clamping it well enough. So I had to get some new bead locks to secure these monster intercos. I don't know about you guys, but I do try to make all my electrical stuff relatively tight. I really hate wires hanging out everywhere and just doing whatever they want. Okay, so I got my light bar lights nice or wires nice and secured. Out of the way. Power switch is secured. Battery lead. I'm going to be running this monster battery in there. So I need to figure out where I need those to go. Maybe doing this upside down. So I don't like the way those sit. Yeah, it's a tight fit, but I think that'll work. Hide the balance leads right there. Maybe. Yeah, there's no real good way to put these balance leads. Which kind of sucks. I stuff them under here. Yep, I think that'll work, but it's going to take some persuasion. Yeah, maybe if I cut the rubber off of there, it'll come off. Or be able to bend. Let me try it this way. Yeah, this battery is a very tight fit, so I'm just trying to find a way that it will sit in here. Without my balance leads getting destroyed in the process. And it's not cooperating. Go figure. Will that be happy? Will that make you a happy lead? Oh yeah, you got a winner. Still pretty tight. I think that might be in my way too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that clip or zip tie I just put in. And I'm still on. So has anybody got any interesting plans this weekend? I know Sean said earlier he's going to be crawling possibly. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right, so there we go. We are done with that. Thank God, that was getting old. Okay, so battery is good and secured, and that's a monster battery. 5200 milliamp 50C. Oh, that should feed this Hobbywing with no problem. Just need an adapter, which I think I may have. Maybe. I need a 60 to a. I got a 90. Oh, I may need a few adapters. Yep, it's going to take two. So if I got that, that'll go in there. Looks like I'm going to have to go to the hobby shop to get him to solder me on some leads to this battery to make it an XT60. Because right now it's got an EC5 on there and it's just way too big. So maybe I'll put a, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll put a 90 onto this ESC. And I'm only using one adapter instead of two. But I don't mind using two adapters on this because it's a crawler. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Where did he put my third wheel? So, like I was saying earlier, I used these stock bead locks to get these intercos on, and it didn't work out very well. They were completely clamped down, and as soon as I started pinching the wheel, they basically just slid out from under, or slid out from the bead lock. So I found these. They were cheap. I don't like them, but they work. So I'm going to run with these for now till I get something better. Which could be a while this day and age. But I'll take what I can get. Oh, where'd my nut driver go? What did Hot Rod do with it? I had it. So these play nice with the fronts. They're not contacting anything there. That is a good thing. Let's check this side. Same thing here. You know, when you're putting bead locks on, you always want to make sure that you got enough space in here. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it is a tight fit. But it does fit, so that's a good thing. We tried to put some on before, and we've had to space them off because they just smash right into the steering block or the lockout. Kind of sucks. You never really know. Earl Moorhead, what's going on, brother? How are you doing? Thanks for hanging out, man. I didn't Loctite those yet, so I'm going to have to Loctite that stuff. Maybe somebody out there can answer a question for me because I am not sure. So I put this sway bar on, and you've got this bar that goes through here. Do I need to tighten? Do I need to tighten the screws that are on this clamp here that actually hold it there, or do I leave that? Do I leave that loose? I'm not really sure. Is this supposed to act as a torsion bar, basically? Or do I want that to be able to freely rotate inside that block? Because I have no idea. I would assume that it would want to freely rotate, but I could be wrong. All right. She is looking good. I'm digging it. I can't wait to get this thing out and actually run it. Yeah, this sway bar just seems so off to me. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to looking at it, but just seems very off. Maybe I need to adjust this. What if I put that all the way up there? Maybe that would work better. Yeah, Earl Moorhead. I don't know. I think it would have to free spin. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. I've never worked on an SMT-10 or a Yeti, so this is all very new territory to me. Not really sure. So I'm going to continue tweaking this a little bit. It was pretty entertaining to put it together the last time on my last live stream. Because I really had no clue what the heck I was doing. See, that seems too long. You know, it also doesn't really seem to sit very well inside here. Kind of makes me wonder if I have it mounted wrong. It's definitely taken some tweaking to get used to it. Let's see. I'm going to put this in another hole and see if this actually makes this sit better. I don't really like the way it sits. That's all. So obviously this is going to have to go here. So I'll go ahead and screw this in here. Then if I put this up here, I think that'll sit better in the bracket. A lot better in the bracket. Maybe. Yeah, I'm a lot happier with that. That looks much better. Working on my twin motor build and got my K8S chassis today. Lots of building going on now. Did you get a stock K8 chassis, or are you working on are you putting on a aftermarket one, Earl? M2C chassis. Yeah, that's a nice chassis. How much did that run you? Oh, that looks freaking gobs better. That looks so much better now. One day I'll figure out the sway bar completely. For some reason, I have a feeling as soon as I take it out, it's just gonna freaking fall apart. But that already looks a hell of a ton better. So I don't know if you guys have ever done one of these, but you've got like all these different adjustments here of where you can mount this up to. And I think I had it too far back. I didn't like the way it sat inside this bracket. And now that I have it in a different location, it seems to sit a little bit better in that bracket now by moving it up. And it sits more square on the back end. It's not basically when you were looking down the back end, it was kind of going like that, and I didn't like that. Yeah, this sway bar has definitely been a bit of a learning curve, but I'll figure it out eventually. Man, $300. That's crazy. We still haven't gotten a Creighton 8S yet. It's just not in my budget at the moment. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I've got other things I need to buy around the house and stuff. And I have some medical bills coming up here soon, I'm sure. I could probably sell some stuff, but I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, that looks better. Definitely better than it was. So I think I have that finally adjusted to where I want it to. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it off so I can actually Loctite these screws on the shaft here. I'm pretty sure they're not going to hold without it. And where is my Loctite? So Earl says it's a lot of money for what you get. The K8S just needs tons of money to be fun for me anyways. So I don't know if it's worth it, but we will all find out soon. Yeah, I feel the same way about the X-Max. I put a lot of money into my X-Max to get it to where I wanted it. It's kind of how I feel about all the big bashers. You know, it all depends on how much you actually want to spend on it. Or which one you're willing to spend money on. At the moment, I just don't have a need for a big basher like that, so I don't have one. Come on, give it up. There we go. That one should be good. I got one more side. Earl says, around my kids, I'm really nervous running the bigger RC, so I don't know. My hobby build seems way better to me. Yeah, I don't have kids, so I don't really have to worry about that too often. But sometimes when we go places, there are kids there, and they make me extremely nervous being around us. The last thing I want to do is run some poor kid over. But the Mojave build, you know, we really enjoyed the Mojave. I think the Mojave is probably the favorite RC that I don't have. I'd really, really like to get my hands on a Mojave. The thing was just a tank. Very, very fast. And I'm not a big fan of short course trucks, but man, we could launch that thing through the air all day long. And nothing ever broke on it. It just kept asking for more and more and more. If that makes any sense. Yeah, exactly. Mojave's just a blast and it doesn't break. You know, when we first took it out, so we had it for a demo, and the first day we took it out, you know, we were just kind of, you know, running it like a short course truck. And then it slowly progressed. You know, we started getting bigger and bigger air with it. And the next thing I know, we are just launching that thing like we would be doing an X-Max or something, and it just took it. It had absolutely no problem taking it either. I really like that truck. The other thing we broke was the front bumper mount, and the rear bumper kept coming apart, but that was it. I think we broke the and then we broke the it was the top body mount, the little spring thing. We broke that too. But that was it. Thoroughly impressed with that truck. Eventually I'll get one. I just can't justify one right now. Okay. That's all Loctited up. And it still hits the chassis, but I mean, I guess, what else am I going to do? Unless I put like a stopper or something on there. Yeah. We'll see how it runs once I get it out. I mean, it's the only thing I can do. If it falls apart, it falls apart. I'll get a better one. Earl says, ran into a pole full speed and broke a body mount and a control arm 50 miles an hour into a pole. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. But if you've broken it otherwise, just regular bashing, not crashing anything, like immovable, like a pole. Just out of curiosity, because you don't really hear too much about the Mojave breaking. I don't hear people complaining about it very often. Yeah, no other breaks at all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Kind of just slides under the radar there when it comes to that. A lot of people have issues with the 8S Creighton or the 6S Creighton or even the Arma, the 6S Outcast. But you don't hear too many problems with the Mojave. Now, I don't know if that's because people aren't running them or if they're just that much more durable. I think that body plays a huge role in protecting a lot of that suspension and things to break things that could break. I think that body plays a huge role in protecting a lot of things. I'm just going through and Loctiting a few things that went into aluminum just to make sure they stay where they're supposed to. Had a wheel fly off. Yeah, that's funny. I've had a wheel fly off in almost every truck. It's usually after my partner James has put the wheel on. He gives me a hard time because I crank down on the wheel nuts so much, but none of my wheels fall off. It's usually after he works on it, they fall off. Go figure. Yeah, body does protect that RC for sure. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the short course trucks, but I have noticed that the short course bodies tend to protect the vehicle really, really well. I mean, they cause issues of their own too. If you hit a ramp just right at the right speed, at the right angle, just grabs it and sails it like a parachute, and there's no recovering from that. Oh, man, it is getting hot down here. I guess I could have waited to put this wheel on to get to this one. Where is the challenge in that? That's good as care. This is now my last video I did. Bend the chassis, put 60 mile an hour into my personal car. We'll do that. Yeah, that'll do it. That's pretty funny. We've actually had pretty good luck with our Arma chassis so far. I kind of bent my Outcast, the 6S Outcast chassis, when I first got it, but that was before I put the center cross brace on. It didn't have it. I have the V3, basically, I guess it would be. It never had that. I ended up having to put it on. Holy crap, this is a lot tight. That's not coming off. But, I mean, we have slightly bent, you know, those weak areas. And I've just let it run. Let it eat. They haven't gotten any worse. But I see some people, man, it's like they bend it like a taco, and I have no idea how they did that. Okay. Okay. She is coming together, man. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to double check other than getting these shrunk. So I think we're good. Ready to power this up. Where did he put that battery? Whoa, what the hell is going on here? All right, we got power. Go ahead and program this. I don't know about you guys, but I have so many of these program cards. It's ridiculous. Oh, okay. I don't remember what this voltage is rated for this servo. I'm going to have to look it up real quick. Maybe. Google Savox SA1230SG. SG voltage. 6 volts. So I need that is 6 volts. We can do that. Forward run mode. Forward and reverse. I'm probably going to be using this as like a rock bouncer, so I'm not going to be. Probably going to turn the brake off. LiPo, cutoff voltage. Go with medium. Initial start force. Oh no, 3 is unacceptable. We're going to go with 9, 16%. Maximum brake force. 100%. That is ridiculous. We'll go to 50%. Make it entertaining. Maximum reverse force. That's got to be 100%. What is this? 2? 50%. Yeah, that's unacceptable. 100%. Maximum brake force. Didn't it just ask me that? Oh, that was maximum forward force. Maximum reverse, maximum brake force. I want that at, oh, let's do 50. Let's do 50 and see what happens. Now I'm confused. What did I do for that one? So battery type LiPo, cutoff medium, initial start force 16%, maximum forward force. Oh wow, I put that to 50%. Yeah, that's not cool. We're gonna go back to 100. Next. Initial maximum brake force 50%. Initial brake force, we're gonna go with 0%. Drag brake will run at, we'll do that at 10%. Drag brake rate, we'll put that at 1. Yeah, when I use this card for my crawlers, I pretty much have like a template that I put in all of them. But with this one, I'm going to be running it a lot different than a crawler. Neutral range, I'm not even going to mess with that. Start punch mode. Yep, we want level 9. All the punch. Frequency, I'm going to leave that where that's at. BEC voltage. This was a 6 volts servo, I believe. Yep, 6 volts. So we're going to leave that at 1. 15, freewheeling. We're going to enable that. Okay. Let's see what I have done. Oh, Master, what's going on, brother? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out, man. I think I finally have all my upgrades done to my bomber here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she's good. It's a lot more awake than it was before. Oh, Master, I am finishing up these upgrades to my bomber. Hopefully, I will be taking it out tomorrow. That's my goal. I want to finally get this thing out and run it tomorrow. Man, that's an angry servo. Yep, we're going to tone that down a bit. Oh, that's the wrong switch. The hell? Oh, I got used to my tactics. I forgot. So when you're working with this, the DX2E, to adjust your steering rate, you have to use this up here. It's not this dial back here. I got a little too used to my tactics there for a second. Oh, that was funny. At least it didn't fly forward. I think I'm gonna have to make some steering adjustments here. Yep, definitely gonna have to make some steering adjustments. That servo horn needs to move. See how that works. Oh yeah, that's way off too. I don't like how Axial does these servo horns. It's like you can't get it just in the right spot. That noise is why people's servos burn out. When you stop and hear the noise, just lift the front end up and the steering servo to reset back to center. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I don't know if you're very familiar with this Axial crap that they did. So you've got this big thing here that goes onto the shaft of the servo, and then this goes onto that. So it's like trying to get it centered is damn near impossible, because when I adjust the trim all the way over, I'm rubbing up against my links here. So when I get it to not do that, when I go to the other side, it's not going over enough. So this isn't centered at all. I had another servo horn, but I can't find it. I don't know what the hell I did with it. So I'm kind of stuck with this until I find it. And it's not cooperating, to say the least. So yeah, it's having a hard time going back to center. It's very, very angry. And of course, trying to get this thing off of the servo is absolutely ridiculous. Wait, why it's got to be on here this tight? I have no idea. Not a fan of this setup at all. Yeah, see, so here's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see it. So basically the servo goes into that section, and then the servo horn sits on the bigger teeth. This whole thing sucks like this. And I don't have another 25 tooth pin or servo horn, so kind of stuck with it for now. Trying to get it to center between all these teeth is a pain in the ass. And I thought I had it centered. Oh my goodness, did I actually get it where I need it? Hell yeah. Oh, shut up. So that should be good enough. Okay, I don't think I'll rub any more on my links. Oh yeah, we're good now. Ready to rock. So hopefully we will get this out tomorrow, and I will actually get some footage of it for a change, actually running instead of just working on it. Oh, that would be freaking awesome. That is not a 2. That is a 1.5. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to finish up that Sendero for James. Because don't get between a fat guy and his food. Good Lord. It's not like he was even going to eat. He was just going to get food. I hope he's watching at the store right now. Bastard. Or Moorhead. Bomber looks great. Yeah, man. I'm digging it. RC Master. The Bomber looks savvy. Yes, yes it does. I wanted the Wraith Rock Racer, the black and green one, for a long time, and they discontinued it. Still upset about it. But they came out with this at least, so it's a good compromise. From what I've heard, people like this a little bit more than the Wraith, so we're going to see. I am digging these green trailing arms, though. I think those look awesome. Those are from Hot Racing. Not a big fan of those wheels, but they were available, and they did fit the intercos. The stock ones, these stock bead locks just didn't have enough clamping force. I was very upset after installing them to find out that all I had to do was that, and then they would come straight off. It really, really sucked. Yeah, so we're done. I think I'm done with the Bomber. I got nothing else to do to it other than take it out and actually run the crap out of it now. Everything else is done. So I'll probably charge up a battery for it tonight so we can take it out. And I've got the perfect place to take it. I know exactly where I'm going to take it. Oh. Onto the Sendero. I think he said all the hardware was here. I don't know what the hell these washers are for. We got the cover here. I see a lot more screws here than just 2 screws. So, did he took the front battery mount off, didn't he? Thought he did. Maybe he didn't. I'm a little confused here. A bunch of different size screws. I did not take this apart. That should work. That should work. Those were the original motor screws. They gotta be, because they got Loctite on them. These are short enough to go here. So this just had a Hobbywing 1080 installed in it as well. as a 550. I think it's a Trailmaster. It's either Trailmaster or Crawlmaster Sport 550. So upgrades all around. We've been waiting for the 1080 to come in stock, and we finally got 2 of them. Just the other day, actually. Yesterday. Oh. Earl says, I have the Wraith but wanted something bigger. So do you have, Earl, do you have a bomber as well? The bomber is definitely bigger than the Wraith. I've never ran a bomber or a Yeti, so it's going to be interesting to see what it's capable of in comparison to the Wraith, because I have run a Wraith 1.9 and a Wraith 2.2. RC Mass Masters, can I take my TRX4 servo apart to make the servo arm center at 90 degrees? I didn't know you could take that part off. I've never maintained a servo. And me neither. Usually when they're done, I throw them away. I've never rebuilt the servo. And to be honest, ever since I went back or started putting in Savox and reefs, I replaced servos a lot less. I've had a Savox. I think it's the same one that I have in the bomber there. The SA. Which one is it? There's too many of them. The SA 1230 SG is what's in my 6S Outcast. It's been in there for over a year, and it's taken all that punishment. It's just now starting to weaken and act a little squirrely sometimes. But I'll probably be replacing that soon. RC Mass Master, yeah, Wraith just sits, never ran it. That's why you got the double DBXL. I think it's huge. If I wasn't ill all the time, none of my RCs would get a rest. So RC Mass Master says, if I wasn't ill all the time, none of my RCs would get a rest. So basically, being ill keeps you from going out. That sucks. My wife has some serious health issues, and I've only been able to get her out to go crawling with me once, and she really enjoyed it. But hiking along the trail and everything, yeah, she hasn't been able to go back out since. Well, no, I lied. She went out one other time, and we went out to a field, and there was a few things to crawl over there, but that's the only time she's actually been out with us or with me crawling, which is very unfortunate because she actually did enjoy it. I believe you can the servo easy on the gear side. Be careful on the electronic side of the servo. Yeah. Earl Moorhead, I do not have a bomber. That's why I came by to check it out. Looks good. Well, thank you for coming by to check it out. I got it about a month ago, and I knew there was upgrades I wanted to do to it, and because of everything else going on, I basically just kind of sat it on the table here and decided to kind of budget some parts coming in. And I've been doing a lot of live streams with it of the upgrades and stuff. And I think it's finally complete. I think I'm done with it now. And I want to be done with it now. I really want to get it out and take it out. So we're going to see what she can do very soon. Suck at the electronics too. Definitely need help with that stuff. I only run Savox servos when the stock go bad. Yeah, I agree, Earl. I put Savox in all my bashers, and I started putting Savox in a lot of my crawlers. And they didn't have a Savox available one day, and I went with the Reefs RC, and I think they're better suited for crawling than the Savoxes are. They're just a lot smoother. I mean, they got torque and nuts for days. The 444 especially, and the Reefs RC tend to be better in the crawlers than the save boxes. I'm definitely going to keep the save boxes in all my bashers though for sure. RC Master, if the weather is nice, I have been going out to fly a drone. Maybe your wife can do that. All I do is sit down and fly for a half hour. Yeah, she's got really bad inflammatory type arthritis, and she's just miserable no matter what she does. It doesn't really matter. If it's moving around, it causes issues. If she's sitting around, it causes other issues. It's like you just can't win. It's horrible to watch, and for her, it's horrible to go through. I can only imagine how bad it is for her. But it does suck. I mean, just even trying to get out to do the simplest things, people ask me why I don't hang out or go out and do stuff much anymore. And she doesn't want to prevent me from going out, but at the same time, I don't want to go out and do stuff if she can't be involved. So it's like, I don't know. People don't understand, like taking the simplest of things for granted. Walking up and down a flight of stairs. Most of us do it dozens of times a day, never think twice about it. It's a big deal for her to go up and down stairs now. Being able to go out and just pull weeds in your garden. Anybody can think about it, just go do it. It's mostly an inconvenience to most people. They don't want to do it at all. But they can do it no problem. The only hiccup is they probably don't want to go do it. Her, on the other hand, wants to go out and do that stuff, but she can't. She physically can't. It literally, it beats her up pretty good. So it's like the simplest of things that people take for granted really amuses me sometimes. And then the things that they bitch and cry about a lot really, really baffles me. It's like Starbucks messed up your order. That's the end of the world to you. I wish I had your problems. If that's the only problem you have that day, I wish I had your life. I mean, come on. Earl says, I wanted to try Reef Servo, but I don't crawl, even though I have crawlers. But my kids like crawling. Yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, for crawlers, I think reefs are a bit better. They're not as fast. You can get like a nice smooth draw with the steering. Like the Savox, you hit the wheel the same way and it just kind of like goes. The reefs tend to be a little bit smoother and just slightly slower, more manageable, I guess the word would be. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the 777. I actually really want to put that in my X-Max and see how that goes. I still have the stock upgraded servo in my X-Max. I can't believe it's still going, but it is. And as soon as it dies, I'm thinking 777 just to see how it goes. Earl Moorhead, family first, always, 100%. Yep, absolutely. RC Master, all my stuff is still stock. I did buy parts for a TRX4 tactical, but didn't get around to it. It's still in pieces, waiting for me to check and clean the transmission. Yeah, I got a couple projects like that I haven't even put on the channel. Stuff that we have that I haven't even started, so I feel your pain on that. It's like I get stuff for stuff, and then I know what I want to do to it, and it just sits there. I got so much crap going on in my personal life and editing and all that other stuff with the channel. That's why I started doing the live streams, because this is stuff I'm going to be doing anyway. So a lot of our videos, we don't interact with the camera too often. That's going to start changing soon. I have a better audio system. I have one of those voices that doesn't carry. So when I try to do commentary while we're out running the trucks, all the noise, you can't hear what I'm saying 90% of the time. So and no matter how much I try to fix it in editing, it doesn't work. So you probably hear us interacting with the camera more and more now that I have this system, once I get used to it a little bit more. But, this is kind of the way we're going to be doing this. Actually interact with people. It's something that's very much been lacking on our channel, and this is kind of my way to be able to do that. Master, yeah, I'm more comfortable lying down. I'm lying down right now. Yeah, I've made several jokes on some of my live streams and other videos about how I don't sleep and my insomnia and everything, and that's what it is. It's not that I don't. It's not me that doesn't sleep. I sleep just fine. I'm awoken several nights a week, or several times a night, by her, just laying in bed. She'll wake up and not moving will create like a cramp or something, and she just wakes up like screaming in pain. It's fantastic. So even that is a simple thing that people take for granted. Just being able to sleep at night without having to wake up in shock that you feel like you just got a shot in your leg. It gets to me when people moan for 1 or 2 days, and I go through that stuff all day, every day. I know how you feel. Yeah, it's amazing how people take their health for granted. I'm guilty of it myself. I mean, I still do. I do stupid things that I shouldn't be doing to myself, or I complain about certain things that, other people would love to be able to do. And my wife was an ICU nurse before she ended up having to go on to disability. And, that's kind of what kept her going. That's kind of what kept her from becoming a woe is me type person. And that is, in that position that she was doing, she would see people that were younger than her or about the same age that were far worse than her. And it's like, she's like, I can't even complain what I'm going through because I'm seeing what these people are going through. So yeah, everybody, it can always get worse, man. It can always get worse. Try crawling on a technical course, Earl. Make like a trail bike course for trucks. Or trial bike, yeah. I just started recently watching trial bikes, like a year ago. It's pretty interesting stuff. I probably would have been into that back in the day, back when I was still made of rubber. Earl Moorhead, RCMM. Yeah, for back surgery, and I lay down. Always now sitting for me, either walking or laying down is best. Yeah, my wife can't sit down at all. She sits down in a chair, and it sounds stupid to people who don't understand. Like, well, how could you be in pain just sitting there? You're just sitting there. Well, you'd be surprised. So I get it. I don't experience it myself, but I watch my wife go through it every day. Need to go to the local hobby store that has a crawler course the kids use. I race outside of the track there. That's cool. You actually have a hobby shop that has a crawling course. We have a local hobby shop that sets up a temporary crawling course, and we've gone through it once. And to be honest, I'd rather be out in the woods or out in the mountains or something, or along a creek or riverbed. I'd rather be out there crawling than in a controlled environment. Write down what you say and use it as a script for a voiceover. That's actually what I do. So I do a lot of voiceovers on my videos, and that's because you can't hear me when I'm talking when we're out with the trucks. So I do kind of have a script. When I'm editing the video together, I have a general idea of what I'm going to be talking about as I'm chopping it up and stuff. And I kind of stick to it. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes I abandon it, and I just there's been a few videos where I say I'm just going to keep my mouth shut just because I lost my train of thought. I didn't want to continue with the voiceover. But I have a new system now. It's called Tascam. I'm working on a video for it now, explaining how I use it, and it's been a life changer for the audio quality of my channel. It's amazing. Earl says, man, sorry your family's going through all that, but hopefully she'll get better or at least out of the pain. Yeah, so do I. Unfortunately, it's not going to. So, I'm not the type of person looking for sympathy or anything. I understand what a lot of people are going through. And when it comes to physical and health issues, I don't personally experience it, but I do experience it vicariously through my wife, and a lot of people don't understand it, especially when it comes to pain meds. They just cast judgment. They have no freaking clue. But unfortunately, I don't think. Yeah, asked Master. Yeah, that's why I try to. She doesn't complain too much either. The funny thing is we've been married for 20 years, and I can see the mask that she puts on 100% all the time. And I can see how it wears on her, like, all the time. Like, I can see where she's having a decent day, but then I can see where she starts falling apart. Meanwhile, it's like, we'll go hang out with my family and my friends, and they're like, what do you mean there's something wrong with her? She looked okay. She looked like she was a little pain or a little discomfort, but, like, you have no clue. It's called a mask. You put it on, and you put up a front, and you don't sit there and cry about it. You just try to move on with life. RC Master, I haven't even got a hobby shop. Bro, that sucks. We do have two that are pretty close, but we usually only go to the one. Every now and then we'll go to the one a little further away. Yeah, it really sucks. I wish there was something I could do to fix her. That's what I do. I fix things. For most of my life, I've diagnosed and fixed things, and there's nothing I can do to fix her. And apparently there's nothing the doctors can do either. It's very, I don't know what the word is, annoying. You feel very powerless. And there's nothing you can do. It's just a shitty situation, to say the least. Yeah, she says the same thing. I'm fine. Same thing when people ask me, why don't you hang out much anymore? I'm busy. You have no idea. Where do you live, and do you have a spare room until I find a house? Laugh out loud. No. The spare room that we have is actually being used by a friend of ours' daughter and her boyfriend. She moved in, I want to say 8 months ago, and then all this quarantine crap happened. So it was like all of a sudden we inherited a 21-year-old daughter and a boyfriend. It's been interesting. She's actually been down visiting her mom for the last few weeks, but yeah, we don't have kids of our own, but a lot of our friends have kids. We've been a pretty big part of a lot of their lives, most of our friends' kids' lives, so we don't mind helping them out when they need it. But what time is it? It is 7:11. I think I'm done for the night. I had to clean up this chaos and get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet today. I just don't want to be around people and depress them too. You know, that's the other thing. People that don't have health issues. I don't know how to put it, but it's like when you have a disability like that, or a debilitation, or whatever, becomes very isolating. You start to live a very isolated life. People say they care. They say they want to help out. And for the most part, they do here and there. But you live a very isolated life. I'll just leave it at that. It becomes work to have to deal with somebody that has health issues. If you don't have any yourself, it is definitely work. But if you care about them, it shouldn't bother you too much. Yep. No, they don't. And it used to make me mad for the longest time. And now I just don't care. I mean, I get it. They're living their lives. Why would I expect them to stop doing what they're doing, stop living their life just because, ours is kind of slowed down and stunted a bit? Kind of the same. To me, it's kind of like a double standard. I get mad at them because they're not around like they say they want to be around. But then at the same time, I can't tell them, well, don't go do what you want to do. So it is what it is. I found a happy medium. Earl says, well, I'll wait for the running video. Appreciate the live 100. RC, yeah, nothing. This is true. Nothing exists outside of their bubble. But you could say the same thing about yourself. I mean, I know I live pretty much kind of in my own little bubble too. I mean, every now and then I kind of peek out. My bubble's a little more transparent than most people's. But I think for the most part, a lot of people live in a bubble of their own. Unless it starts to truly affect them, they don't really care what's going on outside of that bubble. And some people's bubbles are a little more transparent, but you're still inside the bubble. Even if you're looking out, you're still in it. Some people, it's just all completely covered. They can't see beyond it at all. So it is what it is. Says, yes, I'm no hypocrite, but most people will deny it. Well, yeah, of course they'll deny it. I don't deny it. I mean, I am a very focused person. I get very bad tunnel vision. When I start getting on something, you'll notice it on my live streams. I'll start doing something, and then I completely forget that I'm on camera. I should be talking to people, but I need to finish this, so I'm going to hold off on that for a second. So that's kind of my bubble. But I can see outside of it. But anyway, I got to get going. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and hanging out with me. Probably going to be doing it again next Thursday. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to be doing, though. I think I've got... Oh, man, what do I have to work on? I do have to resolder some motor leads on my... Yeah, my SCX-102 needs some wire work. The 6S Outcast needs a new motor mount. I got the updated new sliding motor mount, so I can get rid of the old V3 one that really sucks. I've never liked that motor mount. So now I got a new motor mount. I can slap that in there. And I don't know. Maybe I can talk Hot Rod into putting that BLX 3S system into that Torment. Although I'm sure he's got some stuff that he needs to get done too. So next Thursday, I'll have something on the menu, but I have no idea what. I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. We'll see what happens. What do you say? Or see what I don't care enough to deny anything anymore. I will admit to stuff I ain't done to shorten a conversation. Yeah, this is true. Life's too short. I try to enjoy it as much as I can. So be safe, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. And I will see you next Thursday around the same time, around 4:30-ish, 4 or 5 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I do have some stuff to do, so I'll figure out something. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming by, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, see you.